Ian Sandom is the host now. Look
Yeah.
at me.
Yep,
I am
yep.
the host now.
I think it's already recording. So, yep. All right. One last thing. And started. So you're fat mummy, Carrick?
Yes, I am.
Out of context.
Oh, you mean on Dungeon Fog?
Oh yeah. I'll try to figure out what that was too.
Out of context, that was great.
All right, you guys ready?
No.
Sure.
All right, let's do this. So, when last we left off, the Fellowship of the Chili Sad was on a mission to save the glassblade Mila Tenno, who you believed was framed for the murder of Halion. This aim took you to the great city of Uthodurn. There you followed up on some leads given to you by Algrim Stoneshield, the head of the Glassblades of Pilbing Village. You spoke to his protege in the Glassblades, Thrawn Thorsgar, who told you about the Sioux trade that the Utlots were running in Uthodurn and how it was connected to some lizard figure he had seen. You talked to Magnus, a cleric of Mordian the Allhammer, and you talked to Elif, an elvish noblewoman who turned out to be the sister of your beloved companion you love so much, Cyril Silverin. She gave you an audience with Istria Talviel, the daughter of the king of Uthodurn. You inquired about an emblem of the house of Talviel that Mila had told you she had seen the murderer carrying. This apparently bothered the conscience of her bodyguard Borbor, who told you that he had had his cloak and paraphernalia stolen by 2 Dragonborn, one red, one white, while in Pelving Village. He also told you that he believed the Tomokar family was in league with Utlots, whom you believed might be responsible for the murder of Halil, as she had previously been in their employ. You interrogated the head servant of one of the houses of the Tomokar family, Agatha Thimbletoe. She told you of illicit shipments coming into the city addressed to Tomokars, and a potential meeting in the abandoned city of Erlis between the Tomokars and some unknown figures. You decided to investigate the meeting and made your way through the Flocked Alps. You were ambushed by some Abishai, some demonic servants of Tiamat. You managed to defeat them and made camp on the shores of the Ivory Lake. In the night, as Angvor and Aris were keeping watch, Major Chad saw 5 humanoid figures approaching, sneaking and lurking through the long grass. Angvor woke the group, and after a brief discussion on what to do, Girthing marched out to meet them, while the rest of the party stealthed through the grass. Girthing was shot by an arrow, and a couple almost hit him, and your old enemy Halion called out, "I have come for my revenge." And that is where we begin tonight's session. Can I have some initiative rolls?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Watch, we're going to go through all this hullabaloo, and it's going to turn out Mila really was guilty.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
And then she's just going to kill us on the spot.
She's actually a vampire.
We get really close to Halion, and it actually looks like Mila. Disguise self. I've got a whiteboard. I don't know if that means like we don't really have like the temporary HP or anything like that to track. But...
Put mine in here usually. It comes up.
Not bad for once.
Or your steps or something like that if you want to track it.
No.
I guess you can do it on paper too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go in at this hour.
Come on, dude.
Perfect time. What do you mean?
The sun's about to go down.
That was a nice walk. I made it here on time this time. About 9 minutes early.
Nice.
All right, 25 to 20.
Strange.
20.
Nice. 20 to 15.
19.
19. Okay. 15 to 10.
Well, there's only 2 left.
10 to 5.
Angor was 8.
I rolled a 9.
All right. Angor was 8, you said?
Yeah, Major Chad is 4.
All right. All right. Give me 1 second to do a couple of
There's
things.
also,
5
Yeah.
vampires and
Gareth.
ARs earlier. Yeah, but he doesn't tell us until they
Well,
go.
maybe, but they're at least.
But they
there.
could buffer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Who knows? They could have all rolled 7s.
Or natural ones.
You never know. We're all stealth though, so it's fine.
Yeah, we're all fine.
You don't know if they're all vampires either.
Oh, yeah, I was stealthing. Had a 17 stealth.
Yep. You and Angvor rolled 17s, and Wilfred rolled a dirty 20.
Yep.
That's,
So not bad.
and I just.
I'm using my cloak of elven kind cloak.
I'm using my cloak of billowing to intimidate them to look the other way.
Just the wind.
Sorry.
All right.
One more second. All right.
Unacceptable.
Would we have knowledge that vampires are undead, or are they?
I already had.
You already knew that.
Just that when I first met them, I had some knowledge of vampires being
Undead.
undead and snakes and
Yeah, I knew
Light.
snakes in the running water and stuff like that.
running water. Yeah.
I wasn't sure about the undead part.
Did I use my water?
All right. Up first is Carrick.
And,
If it's running.
we run
All
away.
right, where are the vamps?
Okay. So
Or do we not?
they are.
You actually use
Reveal them.
the infiltration to dispel that.
Oh, so we did use it in the city.
I don't.
All right. So you have not seen them yet, Carrick, because you are
That's right. I was relying on
you're relying on Major
Major
Chad.
Chad via Angor.
Right.
But they were in which? I mean, I knew which direction they were in because he was telling me.
Yeah. So they were sort of in this direction over in this way, sort of this way.
Could you zoom me out a little bit more?
Sure. Yeah.
If that's,
Yeah, it's
'cause I know
absolutely
they were
possible.
still a little bit of a ways off too.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I didn't use it because you blocked off. We ran.
Yeah, I blocked it up. Left,
All right. So they're sort of off in that. Did you see the direction I pointed?
You were marking way off screen for me, but it was just
Yeah,
starting
up
to
here.
show up. Yeah. Can you zoom me out?
I
So I can
did
see.
some.
Didn't change anything.
Have to be between us.
Is that better?
Nothing changing.
Also, Harrisburg, can you share the screen?
Sure. Share. There we go. Hey, that
Hey,
actually
look.
it actually brings up more views.
Yeah.
because when you share it, pulls it up.
But if they're in that direction,
Mhm. Sort of in the direction that Girthing is heading.
and they were last I mean, I can hear them. How far away do they sound?
Probably 50 feet away, 50 to 70 feet or so.
One of them shot arrows at Girthing. Did that reveal his position?
Or a bunch of them.
I
shot.
guess 3 of them did, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
You heard a big thud and it hit my left text.
Yeah.
And he's carrying a torch too.
I have
Yeah.
a torch.
Yes.
So
Girthing
we
is
know
carrying.
what Girthing is.
Yeah, you know where
Would
I
his torch light be illuminating them at all?
maybe not that
The
far.
grass is gonna burn.
I don't know how far it is.
Just it's not tall as the grass, by the way.
Grass, I think I said it was about 10 feet tall.
Yeah, I think you did.
Lights
Yeah.
grass on.
So I guess we can just see where light's coming from.
So it's pretty obscured anyway. Well, I will I will use my full movement.
Circle around.
I really wish I had control over my view, but I can't.
It's based on your.
Oh,
your
that's
screen.
right, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, is it based on you? What did you say?
You ain't seen them.
Yeah, I can't zoom in or out, but I think it does move where what part of the screen I see when I move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's see. I will choose.
I can share a screen too now. You guys want me to?
It's fine with me sharing it too.
Yeah, this works for.
And this
For
way,
us
it
here.
doesn't show anything that might be on your dungeon fog.
Well, so I have two. I have
Oh,
one
yeah.
computer that I'm zooming on. I have one that I'm using Dungeon Fog, and I'm one that I'm concealed on.
Oh, here.
Wow, he moved.
You made forest.
What is he is doing? Run.
I don't, nothing's changing on my screen.
You
That's,
moved.
that's probably your computer then. If he's buffering.
Gotta go get that expensive. Run, run, run. Okay, I can't be the only one getting shot.
The rest of us that have 0 armor.
Yeah.
I guess Angor has to be the tank now, since he actually has armor.
That's not much.
But, yeah, this is, yeah, I don't know why,
Did it update?
no.
Oh,
Because
no.
on my computer, your view has moved on my
Yeah.
side. So
I say well.
not just
Let me try opening it in Chrome and just see if it makes any difference.
My laptop had issues with Dungeon Fog.
It was also an old laptop.
It's a very old laptop. It might have the same amount.
Yeah.
I still had 4 gigs of RAM. I can make it to 8 if I'm off.
If you don't, yeah, something.
Yeah, it's like it'll run Windows. It's 4 gigs.
all right. Good thing. What's your dexterity modifier?
+2.
+2.
Oh, man, I really moved up there.
Yep.
Alright, so I did update for you. At some point. Chrome did at least.
I'm trying to join on Chrome, Carrick.
Trying. Okay, here we go. Dungeons Yog. May just have to resort to the old timey. Put a mark on the shared screen
Yeah.
if this doesn't work.
I can move you, I think.
I think I enabled you to move
Or, yeah, I
everyone.
should be able to move you too. Pop a kiss down, a heart down somewhere.
Or
Yeah.
paint.
Yeah, the hearts.
Or ping will work too. But
Yeah. I don't know if you can. I know
He can't ping from
You
my
can
screen
annotate.
share.
Yeah, you can annotate.
All right, well, while that's loading, I'm just gonna put a little,
Sorry, Sable.
I'm a popular pixie apparently.
Ain't running into the Twitter.
My intent was to go, I started here. Here.
Okay.
That should be 30.
Yep.
He moved you.
I got you.
5. How?
I think that's 40.
Yeah, it's 40.
Every
Unless
when you
it's-
go along the lines, it's roughly 7.5. And you look at the increments that it moves you in if you move along the line. And that is consistent with that. It's so to go.
So what I'm going to say, just for simplicity's sake, not because I
From here
understand what
to-
you're saying.
From here to here is 7.5. So that's 15.
Okay.
Well, you got your action too, so you could dash
Yeah.
unless you want to hold your action.
That's probably his point.
All right. What are you doing, Carrick? What are you doing?
That's I'm going to hold my action.
All right.
My I have my maul. But I don't want to give away where I am, so I'll just use my maul. Hold an action with my maul. Excuse me. Until someone gets in range.
All right, sounds good. All right, can you see Carrick?
All right, I can now see on Dungeon Fall. Yes.
All right, good. All right, so up next is Halion. Halion is going to go.
Not there.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. To there. What is this movement?
Everything.
It's only
you're in
30.
trouble.
Okay.
I'm in trouble.
So he will then okay. So okay, so he will go
Get
there
engaged.
and get engaged. And he will make an unarmed strike against you, Girthing. That is a 21 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
right?
Yeah, all my underwear doesn't do anything.
That is 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Sorry. And then he'll make a bite attack against you. It's cocked. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right. That is 5 points of piercing damage and
Do you have to make a curse saving throw?
no,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
I just speak.
Immediately.
So, and then it is, oh man, it's 18 points of necrotic damage,
Oof.
and
They
your
just
total your total HP is reduced by 18.
So let me do the calculator on that. It was 16 and 18. Is that what you said?
Let's see, I rolled it was 12 bludgeoning damage from the
Yep.
unarmed strike. Then it was I think it was 5 piercing damage, and then it was 18 points of necrotic damage, and the target's hit point maximum is reduced by the amount equal to the necrotic damage taken. The vampire regains hit points equal to that amount.
So does that mean I just lose 18 and he gains 18, or does my max hit points decrease? Or do I lose another 18 on top of that?
I think you just lose max. Well,
Yeah.
So I just-
What were you guys saying, Harrisonburg?
Oh, I was saying, is that extra 18, is that just,
You just
I lose that off the top of my
Right.
hit
Yeah.
maximum,
Right.
not off my.
well, I think it's both. I think it's damage and
So
Right,
it
it's-
takes twice.
you take
No.
18 to your damage,
Yeah.
and then you take your max HP and subtract it by
Yeah,
18.
that's
Right.
right.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. All right.
That way you can't be healed up to.
47.
I can't heal you more than 47. Is what it's meaning.
All right. And that will last until you finish a long rest, Girthing, just for the record. All right. I believe that finishes
Oh, would have been great to be raging.
Mhm.
I believe that finishes Halion's turn. Girthing, you are up now.
All right. I will take that big hit and I will rage.
All right.
Actually, do I need to do that before? I maybe need to do that before. Undo. I'll not rage. I'll drink a healing potion, then I'll rage.
All right.
You take half of them.
No, it's just the thematics. Okay, flavor. Gotcha. I'm gonna heal up and then rage, and then just chug a potion.
So this giant, after you take this arrow and a couple fall in the air, all of a sudden this vampire reaches out of the grass and grabs you and sort of like punches you, and then it sort of bites down on you, and you're like all of a sudden, ambushed and surprised and shocked by this massive blow that was dealt to you. You pull out a health potion, you drink it, and then you rage in anger. Now it's Aurelia's turn. Aurelia didn't know what was going on since no one told her. Seeing Halion come out of the grass, he's that close. She'll move 5, 10, 15 to get in range of him. She will cast sure, why not?
I'll do it.
Natural and that knocks me out.
Chromatic orb against
Power word kill.
Yeah, it's your thing.
Halion has like some before.
Oh man, that's a miss. That's a 13. So she misses on her chromatic orb, but she sort of summons forth this ball of greenish bluish fire and sort of hurls it forth, and it sort of just burns and it sort of catches the grass on fire around Halion. He sort of just laughs. All right. Now it is Gareth's turn. Gareth, seeing you guys, seeing all of a sudden you get hit hard, he'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he will make 2 attacks with his longbow. One is a natural 20.
Nice.
And the second one is a 9. But so on the natural 20, he gets that he rolled max damage. That is 16 points of piercing damage on Halion. All right, and that will end his turn. He's used movement and action. That's all I can do. Now we're to the vampires' turns. This one will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. End up there. This one will move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. End up there. And then I look at something.
Get beside Carrie.
Down there by here.
Okay. Yeah, they can't get any closer. All right, that will end their turn. Aris is up now. Gosh, all the NPCs went together. And he'll go 5. Undo. He will make 2 attacks at Halion as well. That is not very good. The first one is with his light crossbow. That is 11. It's the first one. The second one hits. That is a 24, and then he will do 1d8. So he'll do 4 points of piercing damage, and then sneak attack damage of 12 points. That's 16. So then that is all right. Now everyone else is gone. Wilfred, you're up.
Ooh,
Sorry.
So Gareth moved up. I see 3 of those vampires. Do I see the one beside Carrick, or is that too far away with the grass?
So you will definitely see Halion, and probably the one that you'll probably also see the one right here. Make a perception check on, make a perception check.
You don't have dark.
It is Gareth right in front of me. 15.
That's good.
Oh, Gareth, you're in front of me.
15. Okay, so that is Gareth in front of you. You do see the one sort of sneaking over this way. Sorry. And with a 15, I'll say that you can make out two figures, one of which is probably Carrick, one of which it's another figure over there. You're unsure. You see one is wheeling this maul that you see in the sort of in the distance.
I see the one beside. I see Halion, the main guy.
Mhm.
I will reach out and point towards them and say Peshalum at
All right.
second level and cast a guiding bolt. That's not gonna hit. That's a 10.
That does not hit. So all of a sudden, this brilliant blaze of burst of purplish light sort of burst from the side. You know, as sort of Aoris and Gareth have been shooting arrows, and really is burns from the grass way. And all of a sudden, this burning, blazing energy of guiding bolt sort of flashes forth. It sort of arcs over the Girthing's shoulder and into the sort of the dusk of the night. Moved.
I move 15 feet.
All right. It's the other vampire's turns. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30.
I think it's like a. I think medium is 5 foot, and then
25, 30.
or
All
I
right.
guess it's just.
So they start to move in towards the commotion of Halion attacking Girthing, drawing first blood. That's all they can do.
Aha.
Yeah, that's all they can do. Now Angvor, you are up.
Seeing, so where I mean, having Major Chad kind of have shown me where all the vampires are.
Mhm.
Where would the fifth one have been? Where is that one?
So you know the fifth one is right
And
here.
Okay. Knowing this is about to be a large fight, I reach into my bag of holding and I take out my bowl of commanding water elemental,
Okay. All right.
place it on the ground, and this is going to be my action, obviously.
Mhm.
And I will basically find any of the water I can around. I'll spit into it as much as I can. I mean, just do everything I can to put some water in there and set it on the ground.
Mhm.
And then call forth the water elemental.
All right. Sounds good. I think so. I'm going to try. I think I have a token for this. If I
Okay.
don't.
And that's going to be the last use because that's 3 of them. So this is the
Right.
last I can use it just to say that.
All right. Loads, all right.
Big boy water.
Okay. All right. So so Angvor sits down and begins to spin sort of the water in this sort of bowl, and he says the magic word, which is what?
Boschnock.
Boschnock, and then sort of this wild sort of green entity not green, it's sort of this bluish green entity sort of emerges from the bowl and arises onto the battlefield. And give me 1 second, and I will have him up there.
You're good.
Straight up.
Like that.
What size is the water elemental?
Large.
Okay. Okay, so it's large. Okay. Token.
Big boy. Big boy.
Oh crap. Here we go. So anyway, so as sort of the water elemental emerges, what are you going to do with Major Chad?
Major Chad is going to fly over to Halion and hold his action to assist in girthing. The next time girthing swings, Major Chad is instructed to fly down and kind of peck at Major Chad or
Okay.
peck at Halion in the face, on the back, and then fly back up, fly by.
All right.
Get rid of my.
And so I rolled initiative for the water elemental. He rolled a 17.
Okay. All right. Got it. There we are. You guys see that?
Not yet,
Crap.
unless it's off to the side, but
Oh, okay. I think I froze you guys on accident. All right. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, there's your water elemental.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Mwah.
And so this water elemental emerges. Mini Chad sort of swoops down and sort of like hovers around Halion. And now it is. So you said you rolled a 17?
17, yep.
What is his plus?
Dex is 2.
All right, got it. All right. Carrick, it is your turn. What are you up to?
All right. So a couple things. Just for the record, I just got a piece of paper and marked it and measured just out of curiosity, and I moved from here to here,
Mm-hmm.
and I measured like what the distance would be. That if I just rotated it, and I would have been able to move here. So it's pretty darn close. A lot more fair than moving along diagonals with a square grid, which we had no problem with. So, just throwing that out there.
All right.
Secondly, I rolled an intelligence check to see if I would remember about stakes being what you need to kill vampires.
Mm-hmm.
And no joke, I rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
Well, just one roll. So I don't know if
Yeah.
if you don't want to give me anything, that's fine. But with that, would I happen to have any idea if a Pitten or a Python from my adventuring pack would suffice as a stake to kill a vampire?
You believe it would.
Cool. Cool. Then I'm gonna grab a stake out of my pack,
Mm-hmm.
or a Pitten, and I'm still stealthing, I suppose, or I'm still stealth. I'm still hidden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up behind Halion there because I see, well, I hear that at the very least that sort of thing is engaged with someone, so I'm gonna go over there, and I am going to attempt to drive the Pitten through his heart from his back, from behind.
All right. Make an attack roll.
And I get advantage.
Because you're flanking, yeah.
And I would just add my strength modifier.
Yes.
That is a 21
Okay.
for the first hit.
All right. So you drive the stake into Halion and you sort of stab him in the back and he sort of turns around. And that does sort of roll a 1d4 for me.
D-O. That is a 2.
All right. So I'll say that does 3 points of damage to him.
Mhm.
Well, plus your strength. So 3 plus your strength.
2 plus my strength modifier would be 6.
6. All right. I'll say it does 6 points of damage to him. You can make another attack.
Did it? It didn't seem to do anything in particular extra.
So as you stabbed him in the back, you didn't seem to be able to get through his heart. As he's sort of wrestling around, you hit him, but it didn't seem like it went through his heart.
Okay. Well, then I will. Yeah, I'm pretty confident about this, so I'm going to try that again.
All right,
This is
go for it.
just my second attack for my first attack action, and that's another 21.
All right, that hits again. Roll 1d4.
That's a 1.
It's a 1. All right. So plus your strength modifier is 5.
5. Yeah.
5. All right. That's 5 points of damage. You stab it again. And you sort of the first time you sort of hit him in the shoulder. The second time you sort of hit him in his lower back, but you can't hit the heart as you're stabbing him with this pike. And it doesn't seem like you're able to find the heart on him in this sort of in the wrestle of combat in the chaos of the combat.
Well, I know this is the only way to kill him, so I'm going to use my second attack. My second.
Action.
Wait, no. That's okay. Getting myself confused.
That'd be
That was one attack action.
right.
You did
So I
two.
can use an action surge to do that again.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. I might as well action surge and try it again.
All right.
Those were garbage. For the first,
Mhm.
most was an 8. So
All right.
second attack, that's an 18.
18 hits.
Okay,
Roll 1d4.
that's another 2.
All right, so another 6 points of damage. So you sort of stab him, and again you sort of stab him in the back, and again this time it seems like he sort of flinches awkwardly, looks around at you. Again, doesn't seem like you're able to get it through his heart on this particular one.
Crud.
All right,
Oh, that's all I got.
all right. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, now it's Halion's turn.
Hmm.
Halion is going to make an unarmed strike against you, Carrick, because you're hitting him with a wooden stake. That is a natural 1, so that
Great.
misses. So then he will make a bite attack against Girthang. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Right?
Don't lose the 18 hit points. That will be
That is 7 points of piercing damage,
okay. So that's two.
and that is only 3 points of necrotic damage.
So 3 and 1 comes in. Yeah. 26.
All right,
You-
and then
you
he will
already-
use a legendary action to hit you again, Carrick.
Um,
Well, attempt to hit me.
That's a 23 to hit.
Misses.
I was gonna work.
Sorry.
What? Remind me what my AC is without armor. Is it just plus my deck? 10 plus
Yeah.
my deck?
10 plus your dex.
Okay, cool.
And that is 12 points
I
of
couldn't word and flare that.
bludgeoning damage. You can't see, right? 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
I technically-
So Halion sort of tries to punch at Girthing. Girthing sort of wards him off as Girthing, as he's been hit. Sort of he misses a little bit. As sort of like he does that thing where Girthing sort of catches his fist. Then he bites down on Girthing, does some more damage. And then sort of drops down. And then he turns around and just wails into Carrick. As the fight sort of is becoming more intense and crescendoing. Girthing, it is now your turn.
Right. I drank my juice and now I'm angry.
All right.
Oh yeah, well in this character too.
No, that's true.
I will take the burning stick,
Right.
whatever in my hand, and I will just whack Halion with it.
All right. Make an attack roll.
Because it's what I have in my hand and I'm angry. Nice. 16 plus 8 is a lot. 24.
24. That hits.
All right. And then a branch is, what would you say for that? A D4, D6?
Burning
Burning.
branch. I will say roll 1d4 of bludgeoning damage, 1d4 of fire damage.
Who needs a trident, guys? All right, 4, 5, 6. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 13 points of damage.
All right.
Doesn't matter if it's fire or bludgeoning. I guess. Put it out.
Oh, it does.
All right. Then we just re-roll the 2 dice.
Yeah.
Just roll a d6 though. And just see which
Um,
one's which.
That's true. I had a 2 and 4. So
Oh, yeah.
odds,
Or-
odds, 2 is fire, evens, 2 is bludgeoning. Gotcha. Or, yeah. So that's even, so even
Is fire.
No,
bludgeoning.
How about
The 2 was bludgeoning, the 4 was fire.
All right.
Yeah.
Which one was how much bludgeoning, how much fire?
So I rolled a 2 on the D4 for bludgeoning and a 4 on the D4 for fire.
So okay.
So that's
4 points
6.
of fire.
Then I add 7 for my strength and range.
All right.
So
So what is the bludgeoning damage?
9?
9 total.
9. Okay. All right. So the bludgeoning damage doesn't seem to do as much as you had expected, and then the fire damage.
That was just 4.
2 or 4?
4. Yeah, because I'm putting all my strength modifier and rage into bludgeoning.
Okay. So then that was just 4.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Got it. All right.
Hit him again.
All right. Go for it.
Oh, that's an 18 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, fire. That's a 4 on the fire and a 10. Yeah, 10 on the bludgeoning.
Okay. So again, it doesn't seem to do quite as much damage on the bludgeoning as you had hoped. As you start fighting with him and hitting him with this firebrand, you sort of his cloak is catching fire, and the battle is going.
And that's it.
All right, you were rolling with advantage, correct?
I was correct.
Okay. All right. The water elemental is up now.
So seeing where this vampire is,
Sure.
I'm commanding the water elemental to move 5, 10, 15, 20, and get there. And make his multi-attack.
Got it.
Two slams. First one is a 13,
13 misses.
and then the second one is a 23.
23 hits.
Uh, 13 points of damage.
Okay. All right. Is that
And yeah, I mean that's all I can really do there.
all right? So you, as the water elemental sort of surges forward like a rushing wave, like the tide coming up, and then all of a sudden it appears in this sort of like humanoid form, sort of swings with one fist. The vampire sort of dodges out of the way, and it swings with the other one and sort of smashes down the vampire, does a fair amount of damage, and then pulls up. That ends the water elemental's turn. Is now Aurelia's turn. Aurelia will move 5, 10, get a better view of Halion, and she will cast magic missile at second level. So that is 1, 2, 3. So that is 6, 7, 10, 12. That's 12 points of what the damage? Force damage. Yeah, for 12 points of force damage to Halion, as sort of she moves forward, and so these like missiles, these sort of like bluish radiant energy sort of pulses forward and snakes forward. They strike Halion all around, and they do a fair amount of damage to him. And that ends her turn because she can't really do anything else. And then and now it is it's Gareth's turn. Okay. So Gareth will move 5, 10 again, and he'll make his 2 attacks. That one misses. That's a 13, and then That is a 10. That also misses. So he pulls out his bow and he sort of aims at Halion, shoots one, sort of skims over the top. He sort of pulls out and shoots another, sort of stakes into the dirt, right? Sort of it reverberates right at Halion's feet. He sort of looks over and laughs. Now it is the vampire's turns. So this
Oh, goody.
this vampire right here, right. This one is going to go after the water elemental. So he's going to make
At the top first line.
a claw attack against the water elemental. That is an 8. I assume that misses.
That misses.
All right, and then he's also going to make another claw attack, and that's a 9. So I assume that misses. All right, yeah, I think that's all he can do. Then this one is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. It's going to get flanking with Halion. It's going to roll its first attack with advantage on Carrick. That is a 15.
All right, I don't have armor. That is.
Yep. That is 8 points of slashing damage.
Sorry, Carrick.
All right, and then his second attack is a 25, and you are grappled. He can grapple you.
That just means I can't move, right?
Yes, I think so.
So
I think he would still make
disadvantage on
attacks.
anything. Yeah.
Right. I think
If you
so.
have a D&D Beyond that, there's a conditions section. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah,
Speed becomes 0.
I think it's under. Yeah, it's just if you.
Oh.
Your character
Here we
portrait.
are. Grappled. Let's see.
All right. So then it's their turn. Now it's Aris's turn. Aris is going to go for the one that just grappled. He's going to keep on going for Halion. He's going to make his first attack on Halion. That is a natural 1, so that misses. Sort of like pulls forward and sort of breaks and has to unjam his crossbow. And the second one, that is a 15, which misses as well. So that ends Aris's turn. He'll use his bonus action to hide.
For sure. Dude.
That's a natural 1 on his hide, so he is not hidden, but he thinks he is.
He
All
happened
right.
to find the only patch without any grass.
Yeah, he just sort of crouches down there. Anyways, all right. Now it is Wilfred's turn. Wilfred, you are up.
If they that last screen lower. Yeah.
So the other 2 vampires have a different turn.
Yeah, they have different.
They're after
icons,
me.
too.
They're after me. 5, 10, 15. Cool. I think I'll get there.
Mhm.
I can't get them. Yeah, I can get everything else though. And I will reach into to my cloak and grab my my medallion.
All right.
I'll go bring forth light and
Alright.
do radiance of the dawn. So
Alright.
everyone needs
Make a
30
Constitution save.
feet Constitution saving throw.
All right. So the water. No, just kidding. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So the two on the top aren't in it, but this is Halion. Halion rolled a 11.
That misses. Or
That's
that fails. So that's 21 points of radiant damage.
All right, nice. Right, then the one that's engaged with the water elemental, that is a 10.
21 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
Radiate them.
I tried to.
And then the one that is grappling Carrick, that is a 13.
21 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
And I will use my last 5 feet of movement to get there.
All right. So you see Wilfred sort of run forward. He clutches his chest. You saw him last time. They dispelled the magical darkness of the Abishai. Sort of, and this sort of ball of light sort of brings out and sort of burns away these creatures of the sort of the night, and sort of burns at Halion and these other water elementals, and sort of burning them, and then they take a lot of damage. And Halion looks decently hurt, and as do the other two.
Yay.
They're not like on death's door or anything, but they've taken a fair amount of damage.
Unless I can get this stake in there.
It's radiant damage. Just let you know.
Right. One thing.
If you deal radiant damage, radiator.
Yeah.
I am a radiator. Yes.
All right. And then now it's the other vampire's turn. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, I guess they're going for 25.
That's why I back up. 5 feet.
Our guide can die. Yes.
Close.
Yeah, we're close.
Garrett pretty much looked away.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
I know, Joey.
All right. All right. So the one that's engaged with the water elemental is going to go first. It's going to make a claw attack. That is a 21 to hit. Yeah. Okay. So then that is 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Then it's going to take another one. That's an 8. So I assume that misses.
Yep.
All right. Then the one that's engaged with Gareth is going to go for that hits. And then where's my notes on that? So he is. That hits, and then that is so he takes the first hit, and that does max damage. So that does 11 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he will take another attack at him, and that is a natural 20 on Gareth. And that is almost max damage.
Yikes
So that
for
is
me, bro.
14, that is 17 points of damage on poor Gareth. And then
Is his last name Curlin by any chance?
no, it's not actually.
Oh, good.
So he is looking real hurt as this vampire sort of bursts out of the ground, and they start swarming in on Gareth and the water elemental. And he takes a beating from this one.
If he asks for a raise, tell him that he wasn't even supposed to come out here.
Now it's Angvor's turn. Angvor, what are you going to do?
So I'm going to move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Look down and say, what's up to Wilfred over there?
Oh, hey, I'm doing fine.
And I'm going to aim 2 Eldritch Blasts over at the one that's grappling
Sure.
Eric.
Yep.
First one is a 23.
That hits.
Second one is a 20.
Both hit.
All right. So that's 19 points of damage. And so since I'm pushing him back, does Carrot then get ungrappled at that point?
I think so.
He's getting pushed just because it's
Yeah.
just
It does say that anything that moves me would remove me grapple, but
Yeah, I would say that done does grapple.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
because that was my kind of my intention there.
Yeah, I think that works. Yeah. So,
Okay.
so all of a sudden, Angvor sort of, he's been basically concealed this whole time. Sort of moves through night, moves forward, and sort of throws his Eldritch Blast, sort of strikes him. All of a sudden, this vampire that has been grappling you, Caracas, releases you, and then it hits him again. He sort of goes flying back into the darkness, into the night. And that is your turn.
Let me also. I'm also going to. Yeah, that's going to be my turn for now.
All right. Now it is Major Chad's turn.
Yeah, he is going to stay over with Halion and kind of give pecking at his face, and I'm
Alright.
gonna give that to the next attack. Anybody who attacks him next.
All right, Roger that. Yeah, you can do that.
Not funky.
Yeah, I can say you can hold your action to give someone advantage. Yeah, that,
Yep.
that works. Yeah. All right, that ends Major Chad's turn. Anything else you want to do?
That's it.
All right, Carrick, you are up now.
Does that mean I get double advantage?
No.
Oh
Yeah.
darn. Well, I'm committed to making this work.
All
so I'm
right,
gonna
go for it.
stake him again
All right, go for it.
with advantage.
Stake him out.
That's a 20.
That hits.
Yeah.
Roll your damage.
That's a 2 plus 4 is 6.
All right. So you stab him in, like this time a little bit like in the center of the back. Just plunges in.
Ooh, natural 19. Let's see if I can get a 20. Natural 20.
All right. Roll your
Hey.
damage. Roll double damage.
Double that damage.
And that is a 4.
All right. So that is what is that?
8 plus 4, 12 points of piercing damage.
All right.
12 points of murder damage.
All right. So you plunge the stake in there and you can feel it and sort of like push in and he sort of stands there. But it manages to not quite die. Apparently there's something else you need to do besides just staking it in the heart. Apparently there's something more to it than just staking in the heart as you
Let's
plunge
do the
in.
pokey first.
As you plunge
what
it
I
into the
thought. And
back.
then when you turn yourself around, that's when you.
Well, now I'm mad, so I'm just going to take out my maul and with my bonus action attack because I natural 20 on him. I'm just gonna try to hit the stake in really
All
hard
right,
with the
go
maul.
for it.
Once again with advantage. And that's a 16. Oh, wait, no, hold on. I'm not adding, I'm adding more than 4 now. It's silver maul plus 6, so 18.
All right, yep, that hits.
Okay. Okay. 7. 8 plus 4. Yeah. That's another 12 bludgeoning damage with a silvered weapon.
All right. So as you sort of slam into the back of Halion's shoulders, you sort of trying to stab this stake in deeper. This one didn't do quite as much damage as the last ones. You did, or as much as you expected. It was a little bit different.
He just needs you, Eric.
The stake was doing basically the damage you expected, but this one didn't do quite as much damage as you expected. All right, it is now Halion's turn. Halion is going to make a claw attack against you, Girthing.
Sweet.
Oh gosh, that is a I'm sorry, that is a 17 to hit.
That's my EC.
All right.
3 hits.
That is 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Um,
I'll learn half of the day. And I will spend my reaction to vengeful assault him right back.
all right, go for it.
So imagine, so this is the firebrand, I guess, still. Advantage, that's 17 plus 8 or 6, 5. It's 20 something. 25.
All right.
So,
25? Yeah, that hits. Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
So this is fire.
Mhm.
That's 3 points of fire damage.
All right.
And 8 points of blood.
All right. He will now make a bite attack against you.
Okay,
And what is it?
I'll let that one happen.
That's a 13.
That misses.
All right. Then he will go and he will use two legendary. He will use a legendary action to hit Carrick.
I will warding what improved warding flare against that one.
All right.
Give him disadvantage.
That is still a 23 to hit.
Improved is I can use it to
Somebody
outrace.
Oh,
Warding
23.
flare, I just use myself.
So 23 to hit
That's disadvantage?
Carrick. And then that is 8 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And he will use his two of his legendary actions to use a bite attack against you, Carrick.
Good.
But that is a 12.
Hey.
what's his AC? Because he doesn't have armor.
Okay,
Yeah.
true.
Is that your AC?
Well,
You
what's
have
your-
armor?
What's
It
his
might be-
dexterity?
It might be +2.
I think it is +2.
So then,
What's your armor? What's your dex modifier?
Well, it's a +2. 12.
Okay, sorry. So he does hit. So you take 7 points of piercing damage, and then you take that is 15 points of necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum is reduced by 15 as well.
Ouch.
And that ends Halion's turn. Girthing, you're up.
All right. I will drop that firebrand and grab my trident, I guess,
Mhm.
and make attack.
All right.
So that's a natural 20 on the first hit.
All right.
all that beautiful beam footage.
Beam footage. D10. That's an 8 plus 7. So that is 15 points of piercing on the first attack. Watching like get like 1 hit point, but we're not doing something. You there, Ian?
Yep.
Okay. That was
How much
15 on the
damage?
first-
15 points. Okay.
Piercing.
Yeah.
All right.
Second attack. That is.
I'm sorry. Actually,
What is
no, it's magical, isn't it? It's
It's
magical.
not, it
It's
is
a
a
trident.
magical trident.
All right. Yeah. You roll again.
It's a fish command. That is a 22 to hit on the second.
That hits.
So 12 points of piercing.
All right. That's what. How do you want to do this?
Why not? My second attack, I'll just try to pierce them through and flip them up over.
All right.
Completely
So you
with the
pierce
trident.
them through. You sort of flip them up over, and as you guys sort of flip, as he flips them over, sort of he doesn't dissolve into mist this time. And so he sort of crashes to the ground, and you see the stake sort of through his heart, and he sort of lays there still. And your enemy Halion might be dead.
Might be dead. Well, good enough for me. I'll move.
All right.
Might be dead.
You guys are fighting this guy. This guy might run off. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I've got plenty of room to go up there.
And engaged.
All right.
That's my move, action, and everything.
All right. Sounds good. All right. It's the water elemental's turn now.
So the water elemental is going to move forward just a little bit to get into both of their spaces here,
All right.
and he's going to whelm them as their action.
Okay.
So it's a DC 15
All right. Well, what type of save?
strength.
Strength. All right. So the one on the I will do this one first.
Oh,
That is a 12.
okay.
The other one is a natural 20.
Okay, so he saves. So the one that didn't save takes 13 points and is restrained, unable to breathe unless it can breathe water. The other one gets pushed out and he only takes 6 points of damage then.
Okay. All right.
I don't think he takes damage.
Does he not?
It just says it pushes.
What type of
Okay.
damage?
So the other one doesn't actually take damage. I thought I was just
Okay.
thinking that, yeah. So it takes 13 damage,
What type of damage?
Bludgeoning.
bludgeoning.
All
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, this vampire is sort of swept up in this. One of them sort of is able to get away, with the other one is sort of swept up inside of this massive sort of water creature, sort of bubbling there, floating, being pummeled by the running water. What just happened? Did that work? Or did it push through?
He died, maybe.
There's.
I don't know. I pushed.
It might be
one-
underneath the water elemental.
Yeah, he could be.
Yeah,
there he is.
there he
He's
is.
under. He's under.
I just pushed the other one out because it
Okay.
gets pushed out.
Yep.
So
Oh, he just brought the one in. And the other one
I
out.
gotcha.
On the other.
Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go.
So one
All
should be whelmed.
And whatever.
Yeah.
This one's well.
You want this one out, right?
Yeah, the one that missed.
Or the one that passed.
The one-
This one.
Yeah. You want him out, right? You want him
It's out, yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to put the other one in, but it didn't work. So,
Oh, yeah.
anyways, they don't actually show it. All right. So that ends his turn. That ends the water elemental's turn, right?
Yep.
All right. Now is Aurelia's turn. Aurelia will, she will finally use her sorcerer points, which I was forgetting about. And she will use,
It's like
let's see,
And there's like minutes.
1 plus
I think it's for the level spell you want. You spend that many. I think.
okay. So she will use,
I think that's how it works.
we have negative con.
Yeah. Yeah, it's never gonna drown. But it's grappled and it can't do anything.
So she will use
First
her,
level is 2 points.
okay. So what about third level spell?
5 points.
All right. So she will use, 5 of her sorcery points,
Oh.
to regain a third level spell. And she will use lightning bolt on so it is each creature, so a stroke of lightning forms a 100-foot line from her, and so she will move up to 5, 10. Whoops, nope.
He died.
15 there, and then she will get those 2 there. And so they have to make dexterity saving throws. Does the one inside the water elemental automatically fail?
It is
It's groundwork, isn't it?
has disadvantage on dexterity save or dexterity. So it's restrained.
So it
But it
rolled a 12 plus 3, so it still rolled a 15. And that is the save. But it does half as much damage. The other one will roll that one fails. So now that will do 8d6 damage to it. So that is 9, or sorry, it's 15, 17, 19, 23, 25, 27. 15, 17, 19, 23, 25, 27. Does 27 points of damage to the one that hasn't been hit yet, and does half of that to the one that has. Okay, math time.
13.
Yeah, I was gonna grab a calculator.
2,
I forgot to grab it.
I have one if you need it.
and then
I had 34.
all right. So that finishes Aurelia's turn. She, as this sort of arc of lightning, sort of streaks from her hands, sort of pumps forward, and sort of strikes this one, the first one, sort of pulses through it, and sort of like moves in, and it sort of catches the one that's inside the water elemental. But even though it's sort of floating in there, it managed to avoid slightly, but it hits it. All right, now it is Gareth's turn. Gareth will shoot. He'll use his short sword against the one that's engaged with him. So that is that misses. That's only an 11, and then that hits. It's a 19. 6 plus 4, so it's 6 points of damage to the one. All right, sorry. All right, so he pulls out a short sword. He swings once, sort of ducks away. He sort of swings again, and then it catches it on the backside, sort of slices through it. That ends his turn. Actually, he will disengage now. He'll move. He'll take that attack of opportunity. which is
No, Garrett.
that I believe hits. Yeah, it hits. That does 6 points of damage to him as he darts away. And he'll move 5, 10, 15, 20 to get away from that vampire. That now it is these vampires' turns. This one will go 5, 10, 15, 20, not wanting anything to do with the water elemental anymore. And they will make an attack against you, Angvor.
With advantage because I'm flanking.
Nope. That is only a 15.
Surprise.
That's my AC, so that hits.
Okay. All right. That is 8 points of slashing damage.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And then it'll make a bite attack against you.
Perfect.
That is a natural 1.
Yeah.
And sort of bites away, and you sort of dart away. Now, the one that is engaged with you, Girthing, will make a claw attack against you.
Do it.
That is a 12 to
Do
hit.
it.
That misses.
I'm sorry, no, that is a 15 to hit.
That misses.
All right. It was a 9, but I thought it was a 6. Sorry.
Oh.
And then it will make a bite attack against you. That is only a 13.
That misses.
All right, so it sort of tries to slice you. Sort of its claws can't get through your stony dragon hide. Bites in, can't find anything. And it's your turn. Now Aeris will aim at the one that's engaged with Girthing. He will make an attack roll against it. That hits. And that does 9 points plus sneak attack, and that does 9 points plus 10 points of sneak attack damage to that one.
There you go.
Rogues.
Yeah, something like this.
Right, and so that one, the one that is engaged with you, Girthing, looks pretty hurt. He will shoot again. That is a natural 20, and that is 18 points of damage on the second one, and that does it. That kills it. So he sort of fires this bolt and sort of pierces into the one that is engaged with you, Girthing. It sort of keels over. It is no more.
I do believe he fainted.
All right, now it is your turn, Wilfred. What are you doing?
Do I realize that the one beside Girthing is dead?
Make a perception check with disadvantage, or no, with make straight perception check because there's a firebrand over there.
Well, I dropped it.
Twenty.
Make
Yeah,
it disadvantage.
Sorry, Andrew.
That was a 17. But the second one was 16 points of 16 perception.
16 points of
Perception.
perception.
You see it sort of fall over. You aren't sure if it's dead or not, but
All right.
it's not up anymore. You can tell that.
If I don't know that, then I will 10, 15, 20, hoping I can get within range of all of them, within 30 feet.
All right.
And I will do the same thing again.
All right. Go for it.
Bright light around everyone.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throws. Of
Right.
16.
16.
Yeah, Constitution of 16 saving.
All right. So one that's engaged with Angvor. That is a 19.
10 points of radiant damage to him because he succeeds.
All right. So. All right. One that's engaged with the water elemental. That is that's 11.
21 points of radiant damage to him.
Okay. 21. Okay. Sorry. So 21. Okay. Sorry. All right. And then the one that is just sort of right, the closest one to you, that is a 12.
21 points of radiant damage.
All right. Nice.
Uh,
So as you sort of pulse forward, this radiant dawn pulse out, it burns at these vampires that are sort of to your,
burn my blood blaze.
and you see that the one that is near Girthing does die. It is dead. It's sort of this ball of radiant light sort of emanates from Wilfred, sort of expands to cover the whole field, sort of burns at the ones that are near,
No
sort of at the bottom of the field.
I think I have 5 feet of movement left. So I will. I'll step up there.
All right. Let's do this. All right. So one that's engaged with the water elemental, it will do a claw attack. That is a
So it's
20.
restrained.
Okay, disadvantage.
Disadvantage, I think.
Attack roll, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. Yep,
All right, so that is a 20 to hit.
that hits.
All right. That is 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And it will make a bite attack against it.
Okay.
But at disadvantage, that is a 10 to hit.
That misses.
Wouldn't that be more of a drink attack?
Yeah, so tries to drink it, bite. Yeah.
Brawl?
Well, we'll say they try to use 2 claw attacks. So the first one sort of slices in, sort of does some damage. The second one
No, it's not.
can't really figure out how to hurt this creature, this massive water creature. The second one down here is not so happy with you, Wilfred. So she will go 1, 2, and get engaged with you.
Warding flare.
All right, so she'll make the first attack with disadvantage.
Yeah.
That was pretty good. That you turned a 23 into an 11.
Misses.
Nice. All right, so this is wording flare. So I think it's misses with its claw attack. I'll make another claw attack. That is only a 13 though.
That is my AC.
Okay. All right. So then that
Well,
is.
I am Dolphed.
Oh, but that is 11 points of slashing damage to you.
Cool. I am immune to slashing damage. So
You are?
yeah, you didn't know that?
All right.
He took
All right.
that feat. He
So
took
that
the-
ends their turn. It's now Ingvor's turn.
All right, so I'm going to get on this side of this creature.
All right.
So a 30-foot cone.
Mhm,
Well, I don't
yes.
think we've done cone. Well, how would that go out?
It's
2 out.
30 feet. I think 30 foot arc.
Yeah. So at
Okay.
30 feet, you're 30 feet. At 10 feet, you're 10 feet wide. At 15 feet, you're 15 feet wide.
So this is 30 feet.
Yeah. So
So that would be 30 feet wide.
I think that's how the
Yeah,
That's what
30
it sounds like. So
foot
that's
arc.
what. Yeah.
I think that's what it says in the book.
So 30 feet is here.
all right. So a 30-foot cone.
Go to like here.
So
You
I so it will go out. So at the 30-foot radius, it will extend 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It'll be 7. It'll be basically 7 at the 30-foot, 7 feet wide. So the answer is you can get all 3 of them. Is really what I'm
That's the
saying.
goal. Yeah,
Yep.
that's my goal. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to psychic blast them. And so it's technically psionic blast, but I had to create it and it wouldn't let me make the exact wording. So, and it's a dexterity saving throw.
Right.
17.
All right. I sent you guys stuff on cones in the group chat, so you can look at that.
Cool.
So dexterity saving throw. I'm doing the one that's in front of you first.
Okay.
That is a 22. All
That saves.
right. The one that's engaged with the water elemental. That is another 22.
Okay. Saves.
And then the last one that's engaged with Wilfred. That is only a 6.
Okay. So that one fails. And so that is going to be 5d8 damage. Total of 29 damage on the one that failed. And it's knocked prone and it's pushed 20 feet away.
All right. So how much damage? I'm sorry, I missed that.
29 damage.
All right.
Psychic.
Yeah.
That's the ones that I'm not immune to or resistant to.
Wow.
And
All right.
The other two will take 15 damage or 14 damage,
All right.
but they're not knocked prone
All
and
right.
they're not pushed. So this one will be 5, 10, 15, 20, and it's prone.
Understood.
Yeah. D8s, yeah. I like it. No, these are kind of like
Huh?
Why did mommy take us somewhere to a surprise?
All right.
Y'all
So
want
so
to
that
dance
so as this sort of Angvor sort of pulses forward, sort of this psionic energy sort of bubbles forward, sort of his eyes roll back in his head, and sort of like he starts mumbling. And all of a sudden, all three vampires sort of reel back in pain,
Already almost
and the
bedtime, it's
one
getting
that's engaged with that's sort of like up against Wilfred, just all of a sudden reels back in pain, just blown back. And you guys, but this invisible force sort of rolls across the ground, being pushed away. As Angvor summons the power of Benthus, and that one is very hurt.
What just happened to you?
Yeah. Anything else, Angvor?
that's gonna be it.
All right. Major Chad.
That saves.
Ah,
That takes. Major Chad is going to keep observing. He's not going to be doing much right now. He hasn't done much. I've kind of called him off right now because I'm like, you're pretty much useless.
All right.
But he hasn't helped out this battle much.
All right. Carrick, it is now your turn.
Do I recall when we fought Halion the first time and killed him, how much time did it take before his body dissolved? Was that immediate? Was it a minute? Was it a couple seconds?
It was a little bit of time, but it wasn't. I would say it's probably less than a minute before it started to come on. The mist started to come.
But it wasn't like within 6 seconds kind of thing.
No.
Okay. All right. Would I be able to toss a piton to Gerthang as a free action? Or would that be an action?
I will say yes, but you have to make a dexterity check.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I don't have the firebrand anymore.
Right.
I left that on the ground.
So
you
it's
can't
burning the
really
grass.
see.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I can see, but I have
You
no-
can't, Carrick.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. So I can't really see where he
Mm.
is.
Be a dexterity check with disadvantage. That's what I'd say.
Well, it doesn't hurt. The free action. So I'll go ahead and try to do that and just call out to him right before I run. Stab him with this. Oh, the first one's a natural 20. And the second one's a natural 7. So that's 9 total.
Okay, so you yell at Gerthang and you just sort of throw a pit in his direction. It disappears in the grass. You guys don't know where it is.
I don't know.
All
I
right.
threw it to him. I did my job. And then I'm
All
going to
right.
run over to the one that's engaged and flank the. Well, actually,
Great.
how between the one engaged with water elemental and the one that just got pushed back, which one looks most hurt?
The one that just got pushed back.
I've got
The other one pretty hurt?
I know.
I don't know what it.
Yeah, it's pretty hurt. Yeah.
Pretty hurt. Higher chance of killing it if I hit it, or a higher chance of hitting it? Yeah, I'm gonna go for the one engaged with water elemental.
All
I'm
right.
gonna run over there, and I will put away my maul and get my great sword.
All right. The moon
So
touch
first-
greatsword.
Yeah,
Attack rolls again, so I got
flanking, please.
Okay.
they would have already had advantage regardless.
Yeah, they're already advantaged, but okay.
All of them are advantaged.
Because he's restrained by the water elemental.
Oh, that one's advantage just because he's.
Mm.
I see. Gotcha. Well, that's fine. That's 20, a dirty 20.
That
to
hits
hit.
you.
That's it. Is it your Sepia? Your Sepia? Oh, you have it set for
Oh, I have it set for
a time
ice
phase.
cream. When the sun's
And
up.
that's
Yeah.
12 points
Okay.
of slashing damage.
All right, so you sort of pull out your sword. This time you sort of slash him. This time it looks like it does full damage.
I did my last one. I was wondering what happened. That's not a big thing. It's not a bad deal.
And then my second attack,
Well,
that's a 24 to hit.
That hits.
Come on. Okay, that's a little better. Okay, that's a little better.
We got really
That's 9 plus 4 is 13 points of slashing damage.
All right. So you pull out your moon touch greatsword. You're slash down this one again. It looks really hurt, but it's not quite dead.
And I will
Um,
bonus action second wing,
Okay. All right. It's your fighter level.
a fighter level.
plus 6.
Nice, 9
Unless
points
it
of
multi blasted this one. There we go.
damage.
my glasses have a yellow tint. They also have blue, like,
And that'll be my turn.
yeah.
All right.
it looks good.
Girthing is now your turn.
I will run 5, 10, 15, 20,
Not
25.
not even looking for the pin. Gosh.
No, I'm angry.
Angry.
Angry. And I'll take my trident and I will hit him.
All right.
I'll go, well, I'll go reckless. Why not?
All right.
That's a 23 to hit
That hits.
on the first attack, and that is 10 points of piercing.
That does it.
Take him down.
So as you sort of just javelin the vampire in the head, you sort of stab it through the back of the head as it's on the ground. So you just go finish him. You start
Hit him,
stab him.
Finish him.
That
All
one
right,
is
so
down.
25, 30, 35. I'll go down for 40.
All right.
Yeah.
Recenter everybody.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sounds
Birthday.
good. All right. Are you Del?
That's it. That's all I can do.
All right. Water elemental.
Water Elemental is going to basically smack his body, and he's going to attack the one that's over, like he's whelming, so it's
Sure.
ungrappling him, and making 2 slam attacks against that one.
All right. Go for it.
Oh Jesus! They don't hit. It's a 14 and a 13.
Both miss. So you sort of you're undoing the grapple to attack.
He doesn't get advantage this character.
Well, oh wait, did they get advantage? Well, he's no, not grappled anymore. He wouldn't. But how would that? Well, would he get
That'd be
advantage because of Carrick?
Or
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So then the first one still misses
Right.
because that was a 7 and a 5 plus 7.
Mhm.
Second one is
18.
18.
18 hits.
Okay, great. These D8s are always better.
29.
A 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right. That does it. He sort of spits one out. He sort of slams at it, and she manages to spin away. Then the other one comes down and just crushes the body into the ground, into the grass, and just sort of crumple. All the bones are broken. It sort of lies there flat.
And that's the water elemental's turn.
All right. Now it is
Really?
Aurelia's turn. Aurelia will go 5, 10, 15, 20, and she'll use a magic missile at second level. Those automatically hits, and that is 4. Is 7, 9 plus 3 is 12.
Blows up in her face.
15. So she does 15 points of damage to that one. And sort of these
15 points of damage, huh?
15
Is
points
that
of
a new
force
type?
damage. 15 points of force damage to the one that is currently trying to fight Angvor. So these magic missiles sort of streak forward, and she says something in Aquan they don't understand. She says, "Oh, Nakoth!" And so these things sort of trace out, streak around, and sort of strike this vampire. Now it is Gareth's turn. Gareth will make an attack against the ones engaged with Angvor. That is that's a 13 that misses, and then one more that is a natural 1, and so he sort of breaks his arrow and his bow. He can't pull it. drops his arrow. Now is the vampire that's engaged, that is sort of engaged with Angvor. When claw attack, that is a 15 to hit.
That hits.
Yeah, I've already used
That is 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Now I'll make a bite attack against you.
Okay.
That is another 15.
Okay.
And that does 9 points of piercing damage and 5 points necrotic damage. Your hit point maximum is also reduced by 5 points
Okay.
until the end of your next long rest, and that ends his turn. That now it is Aris's turn. Aris will move 5, 10, 15, 20,
What should I be at?
30. Attack. That is an 11 to hit. That misses.
That was before the 5, though.
And then the second one is that's a 12 to hit. That also misses. All right. So Yaris pulls out his crossbow and fires twice with his crossbow. Pew! One sort of skims across the grass, cutting through the grass blades. Second one barely misses Angvor.
Jesus.
And now it is Wilfred's turn.
Does ARS get to go?
Yaris just went. He just
That
missed
was
twice.
ARS.
Yeah.
I thought that was attacking a vampire.
No.
Or the vampire was attacking.
Vampires attack.
Mouse, please.
To get another
When
mouse.
Wilfred attacks,
I've got another one.
5,
Yeah.
10,
It's not big.
15, 15, 20. And then I'm assuming I can see both of them.
Yep. Both of what?
I can see the vampire
Yeah, the one
and
vampire.
Ingvar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ingvar. I will reach out and I think I will. Do I want to chance the miss? At second level, I will reach out and go Pestilum again
All right.
and hope to hit. I will roll on here.
We're also in the middle of a long rest. So we can just start that again.
11 to hit.
11 misses.
Of course.
So you say Pestilum, sort of this burst of energy sort of burns forward, sort of misses the one that's engaged with Angvor.
Dang it.
And sort of blasts out into space, sort of illuminating the night, blinding everyone again, sort of this brilliant light again, sort of burns out. Is that end your turn?
Yeah.
All right. Now it is Angvor's turn.
I'm just gonna try and hit it with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
All right.
In the face.
One is a 25 or 26. They're both 26s or 27s.
Okay. No, both of them hit.
I have no idea.
16 points of damage total.
Okay. All right. So you sort of the one hits it. Are you pushing him back or not?
I'm not going to push him back at right now.
All right, so he sort of hits him and sort of blows him off, and then you basically these like point blank force blasts sort of pulls into him, and he sort of reverberates. He looks real hurt, but he's not quite dead yet.
And
I'm not
then
dead yet.
I'm going to use my bonus action to mind thrust him as well.
All right.
And so that is
What's
an intelligence of 17.
All right. That is a natural 18 to save.
So it saves, does 3d6. 13 divided by 12. 6 points of damage.
Okay.
And yeah, so it doesn't get any of the, yeah, so it saved, but it takes half the damage. So yeah, 6 points of damage.
Okay. So he sort of like pulls forward mind thrust after you hit him with these two Eldritch blasts. His body's beat up. He sort of like reels back, but he's able to sort of, recover from this thrust of your mind sort of invading his. He pushes you out. He still takes a fair amount of damage. He looks really, really hurt, but he's not quite dead yet.
Get him, Carrick.
That's my turn.
Major Chad.
Now is Major Chad's turn.
So Major Chad has a Talons attack,
Mhm.
it seems like. And so he's going to, now that he's kind of, Angbor sees that he's down, he calls Major Chad and he's like, all right, now's your chance. And
So I think familiars, you have to use one of your attacks.
Familiar can't attack, but it can take other actions as normal.
Right.
oh,
Sadly,
but why does it have an attack?
that's
Action, melee weapon.
Because you can basically use it if your familiar is close but you're far away, you can't hit him. You can use your familiar instead.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know why.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
No.
All right. So Carrick, it is now your turn.
I will run
Get him,
up.
boy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rush up
All right.
the full Aragorn charging into battle and
All
just rushing through. That's a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Uh, 16 points of slashing damage.
All right. So as you sort of bring your sword down, you sort of stab him in the back of the, you sort of slice him across his back, sort of stab him in the back.
I'm just rushing him right through.
Yeah. You sort of run him right through. He sort of impales him. He sort of splays out, in sort of like this death pose, like in front of Angvor, and his eyes all of a sudden go dark. And he sort of drops and droops on your sword, sort of just impaled there.
And I will use my second attack to stake him with
All right.
another Python.
Go for it.
Do I have
You're
to
able
roll?
to stake him, right? So you just sort of stab him in the heart.
And I don't have to 1d4 or anything.
Nope. He's
Okay.
dead. So he's just,
And since I killed someone with a melee weapon, I'll also use my bonus attack to go back and stake the one I just ran away from.
Yep, you had to go do it. So Carrick runs around sort of stabbing Pythons into the bodies. He's got two of them down.
He's just doing suicides up here.
And I will just holler at everyone, grab a Python and stab him.
I
All right.
will look to
All
see
right.
if that's everything.
All right, so there's still two that are unstaked.
Yeah, and then there's one up top.
There's the one sort of, they're
There's
basically
one up here.
two up there. So there was one sort of over in this direction, and there was one up over here.
Yeah.
Well, it's just right there in front of Girthing, isn't it? Because he just killed it.
Well, I ran forwards a little bit. He's behind
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will start looking in the grass for the Python.
I make an investigation check with disadvantage.
What is this?
I'll just
I
guess I can't do anything else with my turn.
That's a 15.
So what I'll say is you are out of combat now, and so you guys
Okay,
can start.
then I'll
staking
just
bodies.
grab
I
my
will-
pack and start pulling Pythons out. And
I will
handing
cast
whoever-
light.
All right,
And stick it on the top of my shield, and I'll just
all
keep
right.
it with me.
Make an investigation check for me then for the Python.
In fact, if we're out of combat, I'll just rush over to Girthing and hand him one, and then I'll
All right.
rush over to the other one.
All right, so you just go around staking the vampires.
I
And
move-
as
yeah.
as they're doing that, I'm going to rush over to Halion's body and investigate that. See
I
what
was
I
gonna
can
check to
find
see if
on
he was
there.
still there.
See if he's still there and see what he's got on him.
So he is still there.
Yeah.
And it looks like you probably killed him.
But I mean, also investigating like.
All right, so
checking-
make an investigation check for me to loot the body.
So that's a 5.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. So you begin going through his pockets. You still find 150 gold.
Nice.
You find 80 silver. And you find we'll say 45 electrum.
Cool. As he looks dead. I mean, it looks like that. No one. I mean, I've done a lot of research. I've seen know a lot of stuff about vampires, but this isn't like last time we took on Halion. I mean, you did right there, Carrick. I mean, that was good. I mean, it looks like staking them did it.
Think they stay dead if I take the stake back out, or should we leave it in there?
I don't know completely. I don't know, but I wouldn't really risk it. I think once they stake through the heart,
Yeah,
I think they're dead. But
We can leave him out here for the sun.
yeah,
that's true. Yeah, might as well.
we should stay here tonight and finish the night here and just make sure they don't come back to life, and then the sun will rise on them.
So you also find what's called a dagger of venom on his body.
Venom dagger.
Just for the heck of it, can I just loot the last one that I went to, the one up in the corner?
Yeah,
right
go
corner?
for it. Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah, that's a 5.
A 5. Okay. You find another 50 gold, another 30 silver, and another we'll say 13 electrum.
50, 30, and 13.
Yep.
I would like to stand over Halion's body
Mhm.
and just look at him and go, so you came here for Lord Acheron, your master, I guess. Have you met my master, Serenray? That's it.
His body doesn't respond.
Speechless dead. Speechless dead. No. And also at this point, I'll walk up, I guess, to Wilfred and say, hey, look, he bit me, and I'll show him like the wounds.
Mhm.
Am I going to be like a vampire now?
I will check his wounds.
All right, make a medicine check.
23.
23. Okay. So
I
you
mean,
know that
what?
You'd be under his, well, he's dead.
so you know that unless the person, so the bitten person is dies from the bite, unless he dies, unless basically he's killed in the course of the battle and buried, that he basically a long night's rest will sort of heal the rest of the effects, as well as one of the restoration spells
I mean,
And a restoration spell would,
or a restoration spell.
or I'm looking over it.
I mean, you know, like,
Um,
immortality could be
well-
kind of neat.
I think it's too late.
Too late.
Yeah.
You mean like I'll live forever?
Well, maybe in
Or-
the afterlife.
Or too late
But-
for I mean, like, do y'all need to start running from me?
Well, I think the way it works is if you're bitten and you're under his control, but now he's dead. So I don't know whose control you're under now.
I'll start reaching for
And also, you only get changed if you die when he bites you.
Well, I didn't die, so
No, I think you're pretty
Right.
much alive right
I
now.
mean, still alive, everyone.
Yeah. Well, you didn't fall over, so. Do we go back to our camp and bring them with us so that we can keep an eye on them? Or do we just set a new camp here?
Yeah,
Camp's not that far away.
yeah, I mean, we could drag them out there.
I worked out since our last level up, so.
I'll start pulling out rope and start lashing them together.
All right. So you
I'll
guys
help
pull out.
out. Yep.
You guys start to lash together the bodies that you've staked.
We do know that they have come back, but Halion doesn't look like he's doing that from before.
No.
So I think we're in the clear for a good bit until
Until-
Archon sends more of his minions.
Or
which-
himself.
I mean, clearly the last
Hey,
couple.
you're
of
supposed to
uses-
be dead. Don't
What?
talk to a zombie or a vampire.
So let's drag these bodies in. I think we got them all wrapped together here, guys. Like,
All right.
we're gonna need all of us to help pull.
I will move back to the campsite before everyone and sit down and start saying a prayer, as by the time everyone should be here, I should
Right.
be.
Everyone who's dragging bodies make strength checks.
I get it.
Ooh, what a weird song today.
Oh, shoot.
19.
Okay.
Strength checks, so,
Mhm.
12.
12. All right. Yeah.
21.
Okay. So Carrick and Angvor do a lot of the heavy lifting. Girthing and then especially Aoris and Gareth don't really help, and Aurelia don't really help out as much.
Earthing's distracted. He's really worried he's gonna turn
I'm
into
just
a
like
vampire.
flexing as I'm trying to like roll and it just doesn't quite work.
Hey man, does this look like something to you? Like, Wilfred's I'm gonna die. But Carrick just sort of trundles forward, sort of pulling the ropes. And Angvor helps a lot as well. You guys pull him into your camp.
It's a community episode where everyone can from the zombies.
Well,
About the time everyone gets, or everyone should be back, about, I guess, a few more minutes go by,
Mhm.
and I finish praying, and everyone gets 18 points of healing.
All right.
Except I don't think Aurelia or ARS took damage, so
They did not.
I can skip one of them.
All right.
well, I guess we gotta finish the night out.
Yeah, I'm a little worn. Feeling kind of strange.
And we need to, somebody needs to keep watch still. I mean, we need to make sure these bodies don't get up. I mean,
Aoris.
First one.
Yeah, Aoris says, "Oh, I've already." I guess Carrick, you finish your long rest, and then Aoris says, "I can finish. I can do a long rest. I've already had my
Right. Watch.
sleep."
Yeah.
well, that works. Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling a little beat down here.
All right.
Feel like I can't be as healthy as I was.
So you guys sort of lay down for a long rest. You guys wake up next morning. It's a little bit later than usual, considering the fight that you had. The water elemental is now gone.
Yep.
But you guys, you see the bodies sort of. Those of you who sort of wake up first, Aoris, you sort of nudges you guys, and he says, the bodies, they're starting to dissolve into smoke, and you see them sort of beginning to sort of burn. You sort of like almost like they're on fire, but there is no fire. There is no smell of fire, but they sort of burn. It's like smoke sort of bellow up.
After they-
hitting it.
After they dissolve, I will retrieve my pit.
All right, so you collect your pittance.
I will
I'm
check the-
down one because I threw one at Girthang and he never
Right.
picked it up.
I will check to see if anything fell off their bodies when they
Like, make an investigation
the
check.
items or
Well, I guess-
no investigation
Mhm.
4.
4. All right. You still do find
They did just evaporate, so.
Yeah.
everything-
Yeah, I don't have like rifles or anything. It's just everything's there.
yeah, I'm sorry. You still do find on them a brooch of shielding.
Brooch of shielding.
Mhm.
Cool.
Breach.
No, it's just my stomach doing its stuff.
It does this.
All right.
Hmm.
So you guys sort of wake up the next morning. You guys,
Okay.
so you guys sort of finish packing up camp, and I assume, so you guys sort of finish packing up camp. You collect the brooch and the other items.
That's the only. I guess that. Yeah. I guess that's the only thing I find.
So that's all you find. Yeah.
I assume the brooch of shielding wasn't on the one that really hit magic missile.
Nope.
It was just in his pocket.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
It's in your pocket.
Yeah. No, it was on a different one. And you guys sort of make your way to. So you guys sort of begin to pack up camp, and it's sort of later in the day. It's sort of mid-morning. You guys begin to move through this this harsh, sort of cold tundra, but there are long grass. There is some frozen taiga, and you move through it. Around sort of midday, you begin to the lake on which you camp actually begins to sort of fade into the distance and become sort of more of a stream. A river sort of flowing down into the lake. You head up, you follow the river up northwards, and you guys basically head in sort of this sort of the foothills of the Flakid Alps. You see sort of a city, a smaller city, but one that's maybe a little bit bigger than Palebank. On the horizon, you make your way towards it. Around sort of late afternoon, sort of early evening, you arrive in sort of what is sort of this ghost town. And Carrick, you know this is Earless.
Here we are.
Well, it doesn't look too busy. I mean, it looks pretty.
Yeah, so you walk through the streets, and it's sort of like a ghost town. The buildings are sort of decrepit; they're not well cared for. They're sort of collapsing. You see sort of carts and wagons sort of left unkept for years. You see what looks like pens for goats or horses. You see a old stable sort of collapsing.
Anything in particular look out of place or unusual?
Make a perception check.
Do I see
14.
14. You with that you can guess that there are some things that look like basically they have been moved relatively recently. Around some of the wagons look moved in different positions. Some of the houses look a little bit less in disrepair. You guys make your way to the large town square. It's sort of like a paved, sort of cobblestone town square. And
We might want to keep out of sight just in case we're already here.
yeah, I was gonna check to see if if I notice anything, overview of the city, if I notice anything.
okay, make a perception check.
All right. D20. 13.
13. You look through the city. You see some odd symbols, some odd sort of symbols, but you don't recognize what they are.
All right.
I will, as we're walking, I'll kind of walk ahead and go down a, familiar path, some alleyways, taking a
Mhm.
back road and just kind of assuming everyone's following me, but get to a old little shack going kind of toward the outside of the town.
Mhm.
And just open the door and walk in.
Yeah,
You can,
before we
you can
walk
use
in.
this as kind of a home base, I suppose. It's not, no one really owns much anything here, but gonna make this my house, my home when I'm around. Got a couple mattresses. There's not much, but it's something you can use just to kind of stay out of sight.
Yeah.
Works for me.
And as we're walking in, I'm going to chirp to Major Chad and tell him to fly around the city for 20 minutes and report back and
Mhm.
just look and see if there's any signs of movement, life, anybody else here that he could see or perceive,
Okay.
hear or see. Yeah. Throughout those 20 minutes.
Make a perception check.
So a total of 18.
Okay. Doesn't see anything particularly out of place. He does see okay. He does see sort of one so you give me 1 second first before I get to that.
You're good.
I want to show you the symbol that Wilfred saw.
If we passed any of the symbols that I saw
Mhm.
and we were coming up close,
Mhm.
I would point it out to them and be like,
Okay.
do you know what this is? Recognize the symbol? Is it
Okay. All right.
what is it? That's if like we pass
Yeah.
it.
I'm trying to find. Yeah. Sorry, 1 second. Golly. Sorry. Yeah. So Major Chad, he does catch sight of one sort of okay, here we go. All right, so share screen. This is what the symbol looks like. All right, so back to Major Chad. Major Chad sort of
Is that symbol familiar to me?
make a religion check.
Religion.
No. It's a 3.
Yeah, you don't know what it is. So anyways, Major Chad sort of circles, loops through the alleyways. He does sort of see on the outskirts of town one sort of lone orc heading down, sort of away from the city, down towards the river.
Well, I mean, the only thing Major Chad saw, I mean, it looks desolate here. I mean, he saw one orc kind of, which direction? The direction we came in, or and which other direction was the orc in?
The direction you guys came in, sort of from to the south.
Town by the
That's
south.
typical. There's a lot of them down toward Barovka, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if there would be any other life here or not, but I mean, that's all he saw. So it's
Well, the meeting's tonight, right?
it's
That's
Tomorrow?
tonight or tomorrow is what it sounds like.
That's what we got from yeah.
It took us 2 days.
We got to figure out where in the city.
Bigger place than I thought.
I'll turn to Gareth and say, hey, we might be, trying to get involved, or at least get close to whatever's going on here and investigate it, but you were more than welcome to hang out here. And then we just hired you to get us here and you did that. So you're welcome to just sit tight here while we do our stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Some
What
might
do
be
you-
some dry rations and some of the cabinets. It's old and stale, but yeah, if you find anything edible, help yourself.
all right. Sort of sits down begins to sort of eat on some of the rations.
So, I mean, do we have any clue where this meeting could be taking place? Garrett, do you guys know of any spots in this town that would be used for?
I'm fairly familiar with, you know, the town, and I've seen, you know, dealings come in and out
Mhm.
over the years from time to time. Would I happen to know if there's a typical convenient location?
Yeah. So make a history check with advantage.
Ooh, second one was a natural one, but that's a 13.
13. Okay. So there's a center sort of square in town, and it's sort of open. There's sort of a fountain in the middle of it. It's sort of circular. It's got sort of stone around it, and it has entrances from 4 different directions. So that way, anyone going to have a meeting there, that they could sort of approach and not worry about being ambushed.
And my guess is people are probably going to be meeting right there in the center square. That's what I've seen.
Were there
time to
towers
time.
in the city, or is everything like flat level buildings?
You know, I mean, yeah, think of it a lot like Pale Bank. It's not like Uthodurn. It's not like doesn't have a lot of walled buildings. It has a few, but they look like maybe old glass plate headquarters. Maybe you know, maybe you know, maybe they're even stables. You know, most of the buildings are not walled. Most of them are just sort of front shops with sort of, you know, somewhat open porches, somewhat open layouts. Sort of the Uthodurnian style.
How far away is that where that orc was from here, based on the?
How long did he fly?
I told him to circle the city for about 20 minutes.
I would say probably about a half a mile, maybe a little bit less from the south perimeter of the city.
Yeah, it seems like they're about, half a mile away there, Carrick.
Thinking if it's worth trying to catch up with him. And I met the smithy and Uthodurn, who said he could repair my armor with some Major hide that the orcs tend to, might have. So tempted to see if I can catch up with him and try to barter, but I don't know.
The meeting could be tonight, as
Yeah.
far as I'm aware. So I mean, it's already 6, 7. I don't know, late in the evening, right?
That's good. Suddenly getting dark. I have to wait.
We should probably try and make our way to that center of the town. Maybe we could find a couple
Yeah.
houses or buildings that have some vantage points that we could at least observe.
I will take off my armor so that I can
Mhm.
stealth.
Yeah, because we're not approaching them, right? We just want to listen. Or do we want to try to?
Depending on probably
Yeah.
what they say.
That's my first kind of plan A, is just see what we can find out.
Because if that's the case, we have to be close,
Well,
Yeah.
Major Chad, I can listen to Major Chad.
Can Major Chad go and scout the center and
Yes.
see if we have any spots that we could potentially get into and hide?
I mean, for all we know,
Major Chad can just listen in on the meeting if we need. He's got hearing. He's got keen hearing. He's very, very good with hearing.
Yeah, but if we all wanted to be nearby
Well, yeah.
for some reason, if something goes down.
I'm just saying we should probably just go check out that. I mean, he can go out there and check. I just didn't know we could just all go out there.
Can you send him first and see if there's anything we should be worried of, and then we go in? I don't want to be walking into anything that could be unknown. at the
I'll
moment.
talk to Major Chad through his connection with me and just tell him to fly off to the center square and see if there's vantage points or if there's buildings or houses that looks like we could hide in, or alleyways or something we could kind of.
Yeah, so he sort of flies around and comes back and sort of gives you a visual sort of surveillance of the terrain. And overall, again, the square is pretty open. There are some sort of buildings, storefronts you guys could stand in and look at. But everything is probably going to be at least 150 feet away from sort of the center fountain. It is a rather large.
I mean, guys, it looks like the nearest like kind of storefronts, the buildings. I mean, it's a very, very open square is what he's saying. It's about 150 feet to the nearest building from the center of the fountain. And
Any kind of, you know, I don't know,
It's
cover,
all
any
open.
overturned carts, anything like that.
I don't know. I think it was all open to me, right?
I mean, there are a couple overturned carts in sort of to the north, but they are a ways down. They're not really in the center area. I mean, they would maybe get you 125 feet.
I mean,
One
it
of the
looked-
buildings, though, you do notice does have sort of it's sort of broken down. One side is broken down, so you can sort of sit there and watch from a higher vantage point. It's sort of on the northeast side of the square. As each of the sort of the entranceways point in one of the cardinal directions.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it looks like there's a couple carts that probably were from some of the shops. I mean, they got pushed out 10, 20 feet out from the shops, but they're still only about 125, 120 feet away. And he did see a broken down building that we could climb up some of the rubble and possibly have, but that's still the 150 feet away. I mean, that building, like I'm saying, I think Major Chad can sit inconspicuously near
Yeah,
the
that's
fountain.
probably our best bet.
What does the fountain look like?
But one of us could hide in the fountain.
So what does the fountain look
So
like?
it's circular,
Okay.
and in the center of it is sort of a statue with you recognize Morgan the Allhammer with his hammer held between his hands. He sits there, and sort of water comes out of sort of each side of the hammer, goes out each direction, and he sort of stands there in the center. It's sort of circular. It is probably about I'll say like 4 to 5 feet. The rim is, so you could potentially hide inside the fountain, but it's only about maybe 10 feet in diameter. It's not that big.
Is there a lid basically as like the fountain?
Yes, there's about and then on the inside there is a drop. So it's about a 4-foot lip, and then maybe there's like a foot drop. So you could probably like 5 feet from sort of top of wall to bottom of fountain.
I mean, like I was saying, like Major Chat, he could easily hide somewhere on the fountain, in the fountain, very, very inconspicuously, and he can listen in through me. I mean, I can listen in through him.
I mean, I could breathe underwater in the fountain too.
Well, is the fountain still going, or is this like a dried out fountain?
No, the fountain's broken.
That's what I was saying.
Well, I didn't know if it was
Yeah.
like murky.
Yeah.
Water in it or
I can breathe on the
all the way out.
Can we put a tarp over it? Hide in it?
Minor
Seems that
illusion.
would be
That'd
very
be
obvious.
conspicuous, yeah.
Yeah, that's I mean, we can at least block. We'd be easy enough to like be there. It seems like it's just going to be a meeting between two people. I mean, so if anything needs to happen, depending on what Major Chad hears, we're going to be around. It's just to hear it, to know what's going on. I think Major Chad is probably going to be the best option. I don't know how else we're going to get close enough to realistically hear what they're discussing.
I can see through the animals.
I wonder if there's any way we could bring back proof of whatever he's doing. I guess that depends on what he's doing. But I think if he's doing something illegal, and we could get some kind of evidence or proof and beat him back to a hasty retreat and beat him back to Uthodurn and get evidence to the glass blades before he gets back, that could play well to our favor. But I don't know what that would be.
We don't have any of those stones that you speak into.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a something.
You talking to rocks?
Yeah,
sometimes?
I mean, sometimes they glow too, so. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I mean, depending on what we hear, I mean, I can always try and persuade them to write down the truth.
It's an option. I'm more inclined to avoid being known here, though.
I mean, the steps we're going to need to take, I think. I mean, I'm not saying it has to happen yet. That's why we're going to all. That's why Major Chad is going to hide. He's going to listen in, and we'll discuss it as it goes on.
Yeah.
We don't. I'm not saying we're going to go in and rush in. Definitely, but we're there if we need to be.
Yeah.
We could always take them captive too, if anything really needs to happen.
Right.
There are-
help with that.
There are a lot of us.
Yeah, that would. That's risky though. Not just because they might have something up their sleeves, but he is nobility, or if not nobility, at least pretty close to it in Uthodurn. And there's no way that he gets back to Uthodurn and says that we kidnapped him, that they're gonna believe us over him.
Well,
It's not off the table, but that's a risky move.
we don't know.
This is a risky. This is a risky situation.
You don't know what
We
he
don't-
is trying to get, right?
Yeah, that's
We don't
that's
really
the
know.
reason why I think we're here, is to figure this out.
We could pretend that we're from another house and the guy double booked and show up and be like, hey, do you have the stuff for us? And the guy's like, wait, are you trying to
We're the house of the chili sad.
And can anyone disguise their self?
I do have a disguise kit. It can offer a slight disguise.
If you got some black silk, that would be.
Really, has cast tongues on yourself. She says, I can disguise myself.
Can
Can you disguise
you
somebody else?
disguise self and tongues at the same time?
Nope, I don't think so.
Great.
I
Can
can
anyone else disguise self?
disguise myself. I mean, I can.
Could we try to pretend to be one of them?
I don't know.
We'd have to catch him first.
Yeah, we have to make sure one of them gets delayed.
I guess we don't really know what they look like either.
Exactly.
We could
That's why we'd have to catch him.
ambush the one guy first, look like him, and then go in and act like we know.
And it's entirely possible that what's his name? It's Tumblecarve. I wrote it down.
Carve,
I don't know his first name. I wrote it down, but I forgot.
I don't know
Grab
if
my
we
notebook.
do.
I was just one of the tumble cars, I think.
Yeah. Well, he had a
Master Thombod.
Dude,
Tombard, Tumblecar. Yeah.
Tombard.
Well, that's entirely possible that Tombard Tumblecar doesn't even know what this guy looks like, because they've never met before. So if we manage to risk, but if we intercept this other guy
First.
first, take his place, just pretend to be him, may not even have to disguise ourselves.
But we
It's
still
a possibility, but there's definitely a lot of uncertainty there.
But we still need to know something. If we just show up and the guy's like, "Hey, do you have the shipment?" and you're like, "Yes, we do."
Well,
It's
if
like, all
we,
right, well, what is it? And you're like, "Oh, I don't know."
if we can get one of them, we might be able to figure out what's going down beforehand.
But we have to get to him way before. You
Yeah.
know, you
And
can't-
we're just wasting time right now, guys.
Yeah.
It's happening any
Well,
moment.
we're
basically.
planning.
Your bird's still looking, keeping an eye.
I mean, he's come back.
Might be good just to have him stay up there and watch in case someone comes. Kind of high up, look down on the town to see if anyone's coming from the outskirts.
yeah.
Major Chad can go fly out, I guess, again.
So he goes and he flies out. He's circling. He sees sort of an individual, sort of a human. He looks somewhat disheveled, not particularly well shaven. And he sort of looks around. He's sort of looking through some of the buildings, overturning some of the carts. I mean, he looks. He doesn't look like he's homeless. He's not like a homeless person, but he looks like he's sort of maybe a less than reputable fellow. He sort of begins sort of scouting the area.
The human does.
Yeah. Mhm.
Is that in the area of the
In the
square?
center town, in the square. Yep.
Looks like there's a humanoid-like creature out there. Just popped in from one of the entrance, the long roads into the town or into the square, and I mean he's looks kind of ratty, but he's looking around, just kind of turning over the.
Looks inside the fountain.
Yeah, I mean he's just looks like he's perusing, just looking around, and
Do we still have that invisibility potion? Did we drink?
We
We
drank
had
that.
Drake those
there was only one.
or one. Somebody.
How far are we from the town square right now?
I'll say it's like 2 to 3 blocks.
Can we get a view from it from where we are now?
Not
Or-
really. No.
Yeah.
There's too many buildings in the way, and the street is straight, and you can't really see.
Well, if this guy's searching through everything, we may need to. Yeah, it wouldn't be good to get spotted too early, but kind of need to find a spot or something.
Yeah, but this guy could also be a scout.
Yeah,
He said he was looking through things. Maybe he's trying to figure out if it's safe.
Yeah, and so there could be people watching. So I mean, it may not be the best for a group of 8 people to show up into the town square right now.
we've got. So is this our plan then? Just have Chad listen in if we can get close, and we stay back here.
I was thinking we could get at least to the square. I mean, there's buildings over there. That's what I was saying. We could hide close, just while Major Chad's listening in, and then be ready.
If we can get in without getting spotted.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the best plan at the moment.
All right.
Maybe see if we can grab this guy and get some information from him. But that's kind of secondary.
Yeah, well, he could even be the person they're meeting with.
Yeah, that's what
Might not be.
Or he might know what,
He could be,
or he might just work for him.
or he might just be another hired.
And the way you described
I don't
him
think
kind of
it's a-
sounds like the kind of person who would just be hanging around here anyway.
I don't think it's a
Kind of sounds
consequence.
like me, honestly.
So what are you guys doing?
So we move toward the try to quietly move our way over
Making our way downtown.
Stealthing
thoroughly.
fast.
I make stealth checks.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Or a total of a 23.
I've got a 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, everyone.
I got a 19.
I got a 5.
All right.
Hey, that feels funny. It goes a long way sometimes.
It does.
Yeah. ARs rolled a 23 and really rolled a 14.
It's group
Um,
stealth. It's group stealth.
Yeah, so you guys make your way through, and there doesn't really seem to be a lot of things to hide from. You guys sort of move through, and it does cause Growthane to be a little bit less than stealthy. And sort of move through the town.
There's nobody here, guys.
And right as you're sort of arriving in that building that Angvor told you about, the one that sort of has a staircase sort of down, and you guys sort of you see the hole in it, and sort of how it overlooks the square. You even hear drums. You hear boom, 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 boom.
I get up against the wall.
All right.
At this point, I've told Major Chad to like hide in the fountain and be
Right.
as still and be, be as still as possible and, stealth and not be found, basically.
You mean to hear the clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop of horses, many horses coming in.
Is there anything to like get behind from?
You guys
what they're
can
coming?
so basically there's a flat side of the wall here, and then there's a stairwell that goes up into the building, and then the building has a hole in it, so it overlooks the square.
Oh, that was good
I'll
pick.
climb up the stairs and get into a
Right.
stealthy, hidden position as I
Right.
can.
Yep, be in the shadows, up the stairs, in the building.
All right. So you guys begin to hide in the shadows.
I'll be at the bottom of the steps peering out if I can.
Okay. All right. Make a stealth check for me. Another one.
Yeah. And my cloak is up. 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah, 20.
All right. So as you're sort of hiding there, all of a sudden, boom, several say 3 dragonborn sort of appear
Ah,
sort of at the edge,
Appear where?
sort of right where you guys just have been coming into the square,
Ooh.
the alleyway where they sort of appear in front of you. You see,
Like, out of nowhere, or they walk in?
Like
they apparate.
in our hiding space?
No.
Okay.
So your hiding space is over here, and they sort of overlooks the alleyway, the sort of street that goes into the square. They appear in the street heading into the square. Me and walking down there. You hear the drums as well as the tromp of feet. Boom.
Are they red, black, and white?
They are red, black, and white.
red, black, and white.
I just listen.
All right.
I assume
So you
it's
guys
not
wait.
Vinatros with them.
And then you guys see sort of a large sort of like caravan of individuals, sort of motley crew of individuals come in sort of from the west. Carrick, make a perception check.
Ooh, 19.
19. All right. So at the head of this caravan, you see a half orc, which you recognize as Jagoda Uthodurn.
Ooh, boy.
From the east side, you see a sort of an entourage of dwarves in fine attire, sort of, a relatively small entourage, maybe like 20 or so, of sort of dwarves, and they have these blue, they have that ship's wheel on their crest, on their emblems, on their shields, and they have sort of a small bodyguard, and then there's a couple large, a couple main dwarves in the center of it. You see, and then sort of at the south side, you see some orcs marching towards, sort of in like in soldier straight fashion, for marching forward, and they have that symbol that you saw on their eyes.
So this is like 3 groups coming together,
It's 4.
4 groups.
So there's the dragon, the half orcs with Jagoda. There's the tumble carves, and then there's the orcs.
Yeah, so the Jagoda it's racially sort of
Half-
mixed. It's very there's humans, there's Goliath, there's half orcs, there's elves,
Yeah,
there's
together.
all sorts of stuff.
And the doors from the east are the tumble cars, you're saying?
They have that symbol you guys saw outside the Temple Carve House. Yes.
Where are we relative to the cardinally? Where are we?
So
Are we north, south, west, east?
you're northwest.
Northwest.
so
So,
the-
we're actually closest probably to the Dragonborn, presumably, but also the Jagoda and his people.
Yeah. So the Dragonborn came from the north, and the Utalots came from the west. Tumblecarves came from the east. The orcs came from the south.
How big of an entourage do all of them have?
So there are a large number of orcs. They are the largest contingent by far. It looks like, it's hard to tell exactly, but upwards of 50, probably at least 70, maybe more. And they have like sort of mothers with children that they're carrying with them.
Oh.
They're sort of they're carrying all sorts of goods with them. They almost look like a nomadic. You sort of are able to derive that they're carrying goods with them. They're almost like nomadic peoples. The Dragonborn are just the three of them. And then another one
Dragonborn are
appears.
north.
Right.
Mm,
So
and
there's a
then
blue
orcs
one
south.
with them as well. So there's a blue, black, white, and red. So a fourth one appears later on, apparates as well from a different place. So now there's four of them. There's four Dragonborn. Then the Utalots
And
are.
Xanatros.
No, it's a blue Dragonborn. It's not Zendros.
Oh.
And then your thing randomly pops up beside him.
Your thing in the middle.
And so there's about I would say somewhere between a dozen and 20 people with the Utalots, and they're carrying sort of a cart. A lot of them are sort of normal, sort of like hired hands, and there's sort of probably 10 or more elite sort of figures with them. And then the Tumblecarves, there's sort of the main sort of 3 or 4 Tumblecarves with maybe sort of a bodyguard contingent of 10 or so.
Well, now it's a party.
And so the Red Dragonborn, this large orc, huge orc, just massive. He's got these big bulging biceps. He's got the sort of like he's in a top knot. So he's sort of the sides of his head are shaved. He's got sort of like a pulled back into a top knot there. He's got this massive red tattoo of that symbol that I showed you on his face. He marches forward. The Red Dragonborn marches forward. This sort of rotund dwarf. He sort of moves forward, and then Jagoda dismounts. And the 4 of them move towards the center of the fountain, and that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Dick.
We have melee.
It's gonna be all
Killed
out
some
for all.
vampires. Spying on secret meetings.
Conspiracies.
This
And-
episode has it all.
Probably Colts. Colts of Tiamat.
Come on, get up.
All right.
All right, good session.
Nice.
So I actually, y'all didn't see it, but I took my light blue paint. I just poured it over me. That's the blue dragonborn in the middle.
I was gonna say we see a flashback back at turn back time, and you see you handing them a note like I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, good work.
Nice. Good regards.
Nice guys.
All right.
Is it Thursday yet?
It is the day because they're playing.
Thursday.